in California, a guy's car broke down. It turned out it was just out of gas, and so he did all he could. You know, why is it, guys? I'm not mechanically inclined. I can't fix squat, but when my car breaks down, you know what the first thing I do is I lift the hood. I don't know what I'm looking at, but I lift it up. I just feel like that's what you ought to do, you know? And maybe there's something wrong I could see, but I couldn't fix it if I recognized it, but I lift the hood. This guy lifted the hood, and he looked inside, and goes, I don't know what's wrong. So he starts walking from his car, walking down an interstate in California, 3 miles up, there's a gas station. He's hoping he can get help. Now, this guy right here was driving that SUV right there, that little black SUV. He was driving it. He saw this guy from a distance lift the hood up, look under it, shake his head, smoke is coming out of the car, and he just starts walking. And this guy right here pulls over and picks that guy up and says, hey, I noticed your car's broke down. Can I give you a ride? Yes, sir. Can you take me down to the gas station? And this guy right here says, sure, I'll give you a ride. And so they get to riding, and the guy whose car broke down, the guy who's driving goes, man, where are you from? And the guy whose car broke down says, well, I'm from 2 miles away. Well, what do you do for a living? Well, I actually work for a manufacturing plant. Do you have any children? Yeah, I've got 2 children and a wife. And so the driver is asking the guy whose car broke down all these questions. And finally, the guy whose car broke down asks this guy who's driving the car, man, where are you from? Well, I'm actually from California too. Really? Are you married? Yeah, I've got a wife and some kids too. He goes, what do you do for a living? And that guy right there goes, well, I play quarterback for a living. And the guy whose car broke down says, really, what college do you play for? Because he's real young. And the guy goes, no, I used to play college. I don't play college anymore. He goes, really? Who do you play for? He goes, well, I play for the Oakland Raiders. My name's Derek Carr. And all of a sudden, this guy goes, you got to be kidding me. You're Derek Carr? Yes, sir, I am. That guy is Derek Carr, a great Christian man. And the man whose car broke down didn't even realize who was picking him up. Isn't that something? Do you know that Jesus came in the world and nobody had a clue who he was? He did all this carpentry work. He was there to help him. He was there to love him. He was there caring for his siblings and his mom who had been widowed. And they had no clue who was picking him up. It's one thing not to recognize him. It's easy to understand that. It's another thing to reject him. Look at verse 11. He came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him. That one who was with God from the beginning, the one through whom everything was made, that one who God formed and the one who put life into the people, the very one who gives us light in our lives. Not only did the people not recognize him, they rejected him. Now look how stupid that is, okay? Will you go with me for a minute? This guy's car breaks down. He raises the hood because that's what all men do. He sees the smoke, doesn't know what he's looking at. He starts walking. This guy named Derek Carr pulls over, puts him in the car with him. They're riding, they're visiting. Derek Carr asks this guy all these questions. Finally, the guy asks about him. He goes, I quarterback the Raiders. My name's Derek Carr. And what would be stupid is if the guy whose car broke down said, pull this car over. And Derek Carr goes, why? Because I'm a Texan fan. I hate the Raiders. Pull over. Y'all killed us in Mexico City. Pull over. And he means it. And Derek goes, I'm just trying. Pull over. And he gets out, don't you ever pick me up again. I'd rather walk. And that's exactly what we do with Christ. I can get my own salvation. I can make my own way. Let me out. I don't want to ride with you anymore. That is exactly what man has done to the living God. Christ came to give us life, and man has said, I don't want your life. Do you understand?